All right, what's up, y'all? So, y'all know when I come on here, especially at a time like this, I think the last time I came out here, I think I came out here 2 times this time of night, but I don't come outside, late like that at all. Let me, cut the car on for a minute. Let me see something really quick, y'all. Let me see if, I need this light right here by cutting this off. It's got to go off. That was too loud. Okay, so. All right, and let me see how this look with this. Okay, so I like this. This is okay. So here's the dilly. So I'm not really worried about views, but I have to post whenever I am supposed to post. Ooh, whenever my spirit is feeling some type of way, something he wants to say, it's something that has to be said. But you gotta know, whoever is willing, whoever receives, how do you receive his messages? Is by believing that he's talking to you. That's number one. Because if you talking to, you go in the grocery store, there's 2 people standing beside you, you could be talking to the girl in the red, but the girl in the green gives you the attention, and the other girl in the red is just focused on what she's doing. Will she take in what you're saying? Will it do any good for you to talk to her? No, because the whole time I'm talking, she don't believe that I'm talking to her. She really ain't paying me no attention. She could care less if I'm talking to her. And I didn't even mean to go this route, but Abba said, this is how this works. This is how this works. If you don't believe that he is talking to you, you are ignoring him. Okay? You are ignoring him. And he says, not only are you ignoring him, but you get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I kind of, hold on. I'm sorry, hold on. So, because I'm outside in the dark, I just want to pull to a lighter area. So, bear with me. Pull right here. Kind of want to back up in this light over here. I was in the deep, deep dark. Hold on. All right, should be in the line. I had to make sure I was in the line. All right, so we got some type of lights. Me in the front a little. Okay. I feel like I'm slanted, but it'll be okay because I'm gonna say what I gotta say. All right, so last night was the first night I felt heavy, and I felt a suicide heavy. I felt, and you know what suicide is, it's mainly death, so it could just be death, but I felt the suicide heavy. And when you look on line, you see all this flooding, fires. We don't really see too many shootings anymore. But this is not for me, my glory or anything. No, this is none of me. I promise you. It's 10:25 and I'm sitting in the dark. Okay. Couple of months ago, when I first started my healing journey, y'all, these were the words and the messages that came to me. Remember, if y'all, some of y'all probably won't go back to look at the other messages, but there was a message that said, get out the way. No, really get out the way. But that was during a time where Abba was, giving a lot of messages that he was coming to do payback. He was coming to take revenge. And I said I didn't want it to, look at it from that angle. So he said, okay, well, if you don't want to look at it from that angle, can you at least put out a message to tell the people that aren't in my wrath to get out the way? That could have been in a form of cutting people off. That could have been in a form of anything, getting rid of any sin, getting rid of anything, just sitting down and getting in his face, working on you. Those were his words, to work on you. Because when you're busy working on you, you're kind of focused on what you're doing, right? And we all know how, come on, because I'm talking to his kids right now. What are some ways that you can do to focus on yourself? So if you're trying to get rid of something that has been hindering you, you fasting, you praying, you seeking him, you're reading the word, you're finding messages, you are watching sermons, you're doing whatever it takes spiritually to reset yourself, get rid of the things that need to be forgotten or getting rid of. And so that's what should have been taking place during this time, because he is, coming through, seeing what needs to be done. But when he come through, you need to be doing what you're supposed to do. And so, a lot of people be like, well, what is this? What is this? Is it? And we haven't seen stuff like this. Let me tell you, I even said, I looked at the video that I posted, get out the way, no, really get out the way. I looked at that and it reminded me of where, darn, what point was I trying to make? It just reminded me of, because it's going to come to me, because y'all got to know, when Abba talks, he repeats the same thing over and over again. He repeats the same thing over and over again. Everything that he has told me in the beginning, I'm seeing it now. It was to get for us to get out the way, and focus on you. If you know what's best for you, it's for you to focus on you. Do what you got to do for yourself, okay? And people will look around. Oh, I know what I was about to say. I also stated in there that I was like Noah, because I made these videos. Of course, nobody watched them, but if you was to watch something and it wasn't happening right then, you're going to think the person is crazy. You're going to think the person is delusional. You're going to think they're hearing things. You're going to think they're just saying stuff just to say it. If you don't see anything, but yet this person keeps talking and doing things. And when you got to know, when you're a child of Abba, everything that happens in the spiritual happens before the natural. So therefore he's telling you these secrets because this is what's coming to play in the future. You get what I'm saying? And so when his children prepare, give messages and do things, we all know it's not for right now. It is according to the future. We don't even know when it's going to come to pass, because that ain't none of our business. Like I said, if you believe he's talking to you, then he's going to keep downloading. If you believe he's talking to you and you push the message, glory to Elohim, he's going to keep downloading to you. But that gave you that example of the two girls in the grocery store. If that girl don't think I'm talking to her, if she don't believe I'm talking to her, she going to ignore me. She not even going to receive nothing I'm saying. And I could be darn right talking to her. But sometimes people will know you talking to them, but they still will just be like, well, maybe if I ignore them, they'll leave. Maybe if I don't say nothing, I'll become invisible. And that's how some of y'all are playing this game. And so he's saying you need to get into a space where you believe that you hear him, so you can hear him, so you can know what's to come. It's not to it's not for your own benefit. It's for your own benefit in a sense, but sometimes it's not for just your own benefit. It is for the benefit of somebody else. Somebody else may need to hear this, and it may save their life. It may save their family. It may save their job. It may save the finances. It may save so many things, because not only do you believe that he's talking to you, which is you got an ear to hear, it's like, okay, you have to take it another step further, and then you have to do what you hear. Okay? You have to do what you hear. So, which brings it into where we're at tonight. You know, some people like to say, well, I wonder where we're at in the spirit. How you know? You got to sit and listen. Which brings it to instructions. I saw a video earlier. I got to watch it. But it makes sense, because guess what I'm asking in my healing journey at this moment? What are my instructions to get to my new? What is my instructions to get to this next season? Because I'm trying not to go somewhere right now. Let me be transparent. I'm trying not to go somewhere. So what is my instructions? Detail. What do I need to do step for step to get to where I need to be / wanna be? Because when you're in the spirit, you know where you need to be, and then therefore you have a hunger to get there, because you know what's good for you. You know what's best for you. And Abba has in the Bible where he says his plans for you is to give you a hope for your future. And when you a child of him, you can't help but get excited for your future, because you know what's up ahead. When you have that ear to hear, he's telling you what's up ahead, okay? He has plans to prosper you, prosper your future, get you into a hope, take you into pure joy, okay? And y'all know that some of these places ain't joy for y'all. You know that relationship ain't joy for you. You know going back to your parents' house ain't joy for you. You know trying to just go have somebody else do things for you where you don't have to do nothing is not joy for you. You know that. You know not going backwards is not pure joy for you. Because everything that's happening in the past behind you has some type of wrath on it. That's why you got to change. Because if you stay who you was in the past, you going to end up in that wrath. Okay? It makes sense, don't it? So if you change yourself and you get a new mindset, you become a new you don't think the way you used to, which means you won't end up in the old places that you used to end up in. You get what I'm saying? I'm telling you, it's that old place that has a raft on it. Okay? It's that comfortable place that has a raft on it. It's that I ain't ready to leave yet. This good enough for me. This work for my mama and daddy. That has a raft on it. Because if he say I have a hope and I have goodness for your future, why don't you want it? You know, and some people be like, why don't I want that? Why don't I want that? You gonna mess it up if you ain't changed your mindset. What's the instructions? Y'all need to be asking, sorry for you. Y'all need to be asking for the instructions to change that mindset. How do I do it? If you don't know how to do it, that's fine. They give you instructions. Listen, just like I'm on here, I talk to my kids daily as well. As he downloads to me, I download to anybody around me. Let me tell you something. When he downloads to me, I pass it on to whoever's sitting next to me. And if my kid's sitting next to me when he downloaded to me, guess who getting it? Guess who getting the earful? The person who's sitting next to me. And maybe I was supposed to come out here because I just couldn't get right. I couldn't get right. And I said, well, let me go do this. Let me go get this out. And so you gotta know, you say, how do I move to my future? You want to get there, but your mindset ain't changed. How do I change my mindset? Having that listening ear to hear, believing that he talking to you. And remember, when he talks to you, those are those instructions that you need, right? You want to follow all protocols, all instructions to get to where you need to be. And if you feel like you ain't got time to hear him, back to the girl in the red. If you gonna ignore me talking to you, if you feel like you ain't got time to see what I got to say, if your time is more important than somebody opening their mouth to you and you can't humble yourself to listen, then so be it. So be it. So be it. You know, because he likes to warn. And whenever he tell me something, y'all, I get on here, I record my video, I post my video. I don't go live. I don't do no editing. It's not that I record so that I can go do editing to tweak stuff. No, I just put, what I do is I put my introduction on it, or if there's an ending, and I go on my little app suit, you know, get it together, and I just send this thing like it is. Y'all hungry, but y'all hungry for the past, and that's not getting you to your future. Because if you want to go back to the Noah situation, everybody knows Noah's story. You don't know what's to come months up ahead. So don't take his instructions lightly. You know? Do you hear him? Are you trying to hear him? Do you believe that you hear him? Because if you ain't trying to hear him, you don't want protection. You don't want to be out of the way. You like to stay in the way. You got to be seen. You ain't humble. You got to be seen. You gotta be seen. Let me tell y'all something. I had to go I visited my dad today and had to pump gas. And an old friend walked up to me from the other side of the store and she said, I thought that was you. I thought you was in Arizona. It flagged me. Again, the last video I talked about how Abba told me not to post on that training, nothing on Instagram. And how it flagged me. I was excited to see her because the last time I went to the town that my dad lives in, I even told my girls, I said, we ought to just pull up to such and such house to see how she doing. I said, no, I'm going to keep going. I went to the grocery store here where I live, never see nobody from my past. Saw somebody from my past today. We had a talk. And every time I talk to people, their eyes get big. Like, bro, you just said a mouthful. But what you got to understand is when you sit in the wisdom of God, when you ain't trying to be seen or heard, when you ain't trying, you're easily pruned. He can trust you. When you just give yourself to Abba, all of you ain't worried about social media. You ain't worried about seeing what somebody doing. You are out the way. You ain't trying to be seen. You ain't trying to be heard. You ain't trying to prove a point. Okay? Because you understand this thing is spiritual. Because if that person don't have good intentions for you, you know, now my spirit got to fight your spirits while we, hey, how you doing? How you been? And the spiritual realm ain't the natural realm, baby. You may be just saying, hey, but you don't know what kind of war is going on spiritually. Y'all, I was so heavy before I came outside. He said, y'all better find y'all listening place. Y'all better find y'all listening place. Y'all better humble yourselves. He been told y'all to get out the way. So while you out the way, you able to hear. You can't hear because you too worried about what they finna cook. You can't hear because you too busy worried about what time they ain't text you in the last 10 minutes what they doing. When he talked to me 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, May, June, July, about 3 months ago, I think. It started 4 months ago, to be honest. He downloaded some stuff to me, and I got on here and I share it. And I don't care how it sounds to y'all. I don't care, but I'm seeing exactly. Because you want to know why? Because those same words came to me. When Abba talked to you, it's going to be the exact same words. They never switch up. They never change. His words were, okay, he said don't say that one. But he was coming through. Make sure you... See, this is his word. This is how I know this is his word to y'all, because he won't let me give y'all the words he gave to me personally, but he will let me give the words. And I know it's so clear, it rolls off my tongue, because Abba don't never switch up his words. Abba don't never Abba's what he meant, what he say is what he meant, and it's gonna stay like that. He said to tell y'all, like I said, my video keep getting interrupted, and I'm going to get this thing out of here. I'm going to get it out. He said to tell y'all, believe that you're hearing him talk to you, so you can get the proper instructions you need for what's coming up in the future, okay? Because ain't no such thing as, woo, I ain't know that was coming. Woo, should have been cut them off. Woo, listen. We know ain't nobody gonna be perfect. But start with baby steps if you need to. Cut back on the text. Cut it down to not chilling with the person no more. Okay, you done got back, and you done cut. You ain't went and seen them in a while. Then you cut back on the text messages. So what? They ain't text you. Mind your business. Get yourself together. Then after you cut back on the text message, they're gonna want to call to hear your voice to see how you sound towards them, so they can see if y'all still good or not. Don't answer the phone. People ain't slow. They know what time it is. Just like people know what they do when they do what they do. And so he said to tell y'all his wrath. Do you not see it? See, months ago, you ain't really see too much. Then the shooting started happening. And as time went on, the fires in California started happening. And then now the flooding is happening. So what instructions do you need? Because everybody want to get to their future. Don't nobody want to just, we all know, don't nobody want to just sit around and not get to their future. Not have what's available for them promise-wise, what he promised them. But the only way you can reach your promise is getting rid of that old. Because see, he coming to kill the old. He coming to, the wrath is for the old way of thinking, the old ways of thinking. Because obviously the old ways of thinking ain't working for this society, ain't working for the world right now, ain't working for the people right now. This is for everybody. Whatever your way of thinking right now that came from back then, it is old. You gotta be so hidden in the new place, new way of thinking, new activities, new eating, new, not watching the old things. You got to be so hidden in the new that he can't even find you in the wrath of the old. He gotta wipe out the old. What you think he did when he came with Noah? Yes, he destroyed the earth, but he had to reset. He had to get rid of the old and reset. When you hard reset your phone, what does it do? It wipe everything out, don't it? And then you got to start all over again with new everything. Being spiritual has so many benefits to it, because being spiritual, you heard he said, in the spiritual realm is what is, it happens before the natural. So you got to be so in the spiritual realm to where you hearing what he say coming. If you can hear him telling you what's coming, that means you there. That means you're in the spiritual realm. And you preparing yourself for the future, which means you change the way you eat. You change the way you talk. You change the way you think. You change what you have a hunger for. Rather that be, you get what I'm saying? You don't even want to do the things that you used to do no more, because they about to be wiped away. They about to be wiped out. It's about to be wiped out. And the people in the flood, can they get their house back? No. They got to build a new one, ain't it? Oh, okay. It makes sense, don't it? It make a whole lot of sense, don't it? Don't it? It's making sense, ain't it? When Abba flooded the earth, he washed out everything, which was the old, right? Could anything be revivable? Could we bring that thing back to life? No. Everything had to be rebuilt new. A whole new congregation of people, a whole new animals, all new everything. Today's date is July 29th, 2022. This is just for the people who's gonna watch this later. I drop right now words, okay? I didn't say that this will be missed when it comes, but I don't know what'll be going on. If you can see, whenever you see this video and you see it, praise your Abba, praise him, praise your Father in heaven, the Most High, because obviously you wasn't stuck in the old, you wasn't stuck in Raft City. I'm going to also make a short, because my shorts get flagged quicker than these videos. And that's only 60 seconds. So I got to see what he's saying with that. But sometimes these videos have to be longer than 60 seconds because that's the problem. Everybody wants something quick, fast, in a hurry. And guess where it's going to lead you? Right back to where you at. Right back to where you at. You know, I pray, you know, we really take heed so we don't have to end up right back where we at. Ooh, this talking to me. I'm looking in the camera, but I can see myself. I'm talking to me. And he's talking, so he probably talking to me. He talking to me, ain't no problem. Things can't be done quick, fast, in a hurry, because you'll always end up where you at. But if you want to move forward, you got to grasp this thing quick, fast, in a hurry. Cold turkey. All right, I'm ready. Game time is ready. I don't want that no more. Nope, I'm done with that. That don't excite me no more. I done lost attraction to that. I ain't got no taste in my mouth for that no more. You know, like, your habits got to change. Okay, we're going to do this. We just got to push through it. You know, and in the middle of it, no complaining, just saying, yep, we got to do this thing. This is what I got to do. I'm going to do it. Abba, we thank you for your right now word. You know? No, I ain't study. When a hot word is hot, it's hot. It's hot. It's saying, you hear me loud and clear. Go get my message out to these people. You get what I'm saying? And see, everybody is unique and different. They deliver it different ways. But this is for the crowd who will receive it, because I chose to hear. I chose to believe that he's talking to me when he's talking to me. Okay? All glory to Elohim, the Father, the Son, and the Spirit. Because where would we be without them? Okay? Where would we be without them? The Ruach, the Spirit, has to be your best friend. Because how else will you make it? You ain't gonna, you know, even during the times where you don't have time to sit still, it can still feed you that wisdom you need. You get what I'm saying? To do what needs to be done. And so I'm about to make a short really quick. I'm gonna have to sum this all up in a short, But no, my shorts do lead back to these videos. It's not just to get a quick fix. It is always to lead back to these videos, because Abba always has a word that's hot and ready. And these instructions, you got to get them. Oh, I know what I was about to say, and I'm about to get off. Earlier, because remember, that was before I said, whenever he gives me something, I pass it to whoever around. I pass it to my children first, then I gotta get that thing off of me, and I gotta pass it to y'all. When you receive instructions from furniture from Amazon, whether it be a bookcase, table, Walmart, them the only two places that I can think of right now that you can get big items, and they gonna come in pieces and pieces. But if you do not have the instructions, that thing might not get put together how it need to be put together. It's going to get put together how you want to be put together. And it's not going to look nothing like the end result. Those instructions are in there for a reason. It is to hold your hand, to guide you step by step and walk with you, and hold your hand and be with you, and remind you and say, hey, this is the way to go. Put this here. These long pieces is for here, over here. You get what I'm saying? And that's the way Abba is. He's so sweet and generous, where he gives us instructions because he wants us to get there. He will give you step-by-step instructions to get where you need to get to. He won't leave nothing out. Shalom, peace. Y'all have a good night. And I'm really praying for us. I'm praying for us, because death is in the wrath. And it's heavy, and it's tight, it's heavy, it's sad, but it is the ultimate truth. All glory to Elohim.